Hey folks, Troy Sacco here with Generous Property Real Estate. The Sarasota County real estate market statistics for May were recently released by the Realtors Association of Sarasota and Manatee. What's the story with inventory? Still low or is it growing? Are prices starting to stabilize? And what effect are interest rates having on the market? Let's review the latest numbers and see. But before you do, please hit the subscribe button so you can follow along on all our latest videos. Now let's dive into the numbers. So what are May's numbers showing us? Rising interest rates and inflation are affecting the market. We are seeing an increase in new listings and the amount of inventory for sale. However, we are also coming into our summer season, which historically reflects a slowdown as well. In the second part of this video, we'll review some historical data and the effect, the real dollar effect of interest rates and how to address them going forward. Single-family sales decreased from last year in Sarasota County by 7.6% to 910 sales. In the condo market, closed sales are down by 1.7% to 532 sales. Single-family sales increased from last month in Sarasota County by 14.9%. And in the condo market, closed sales are up 7% as compared to April. Prices continue to rise in May, with the highest median prices reported for both property types. Single-family home prices in Sarasota increased by 21.6% to $495,000. For condos, the median price in Sarasota increased by 29% from last year to $403,000. Unsold inventory for single-family homes is now at a 1.2-month supply, a 71.4% increase in Sarasota County. As for the condo market, the month supply of inventory is at 1 month. That's 42.9% increase over last year. Keep in mind, the buyer's market is 7+ months of inventory. So what does all this mean? For a little perspective, let's review some historical data. Take a look at the following charts. Okay, so let's take a look at the month supply of inventory number. Right over here, May 2022, we are at 1.2. If you look back to May 5 years ago, we had 4.7 months worth of inventory, still technically a seller's market for the last 5 years. That might explain the price increases that we've had. At the height in the last 5 years, it was in 2019 of February, we had almost 6. We were almost at a neutral market. What we are also noticing here is March of 2020, the beginning of the COVID shutdown. And you can see how many months supply of inventory. Some of that at the very beginning was people just taking their homes off the market. And then people just started moving in. Now, let's take a look at the sales in the last 5 years. Now, if we take a look at closed sales during that same time frame, again, May of this year, we had 1,490. These are total sales, both single family and condo. If we go back to May 2017, it was 1,280. Not a huge difference. And again, we kind of stayed up and down between 1,500 and say 700, 690. And you go over to the COVID again, 1,328 number of sales. And as you would imagine, after those months, they went down a little bit because nobody knew what was going on. June, it went up. July, if you look in the summertime, it's usually our slowest months. And they actually were very good for summertime numbers right there. But the big peak was March of last year, 1,978 homes sold. Okay, so we still have a long way to go to get back to a neutral market. Let's go back and look at the months of inventory again. So we're back to months supply of inventory, and this chart actually goes back 10 years, back to May of 2012. Again, in May right this year, 1.2 months of inventory. I'm going to find the highest point in the last 10 years. It was February of 2019, and we had almost a neutral market again. It was 5.8 months supply of inventory. 10 years ago, 6.2. It was a neutral market, so in the last decade, we've gone from a neutral market to pretty much a seller's market for most of the entire decade. And the reason that is because there are an average of 15 new people moving to Sarasota County every single day. So we will have an inventory issue for quite some time going forward. Now let's address the elephant in the room, interest rates. The recent increases in the rates have some buyers considering placing the plans they have for their life on hold. Let's review the math involved in higher interest rates and why it might not be a benefit to sit it out. Okay, let's take a quick look at interest rates and how they affect your payment. I'm going to use a $100,000 loan amount. Current interest rate, if you pay down a point, would be 5.75 as of this video. It's going to give you a monthly payment of $583. Fantastic. Now everyone's worried, oh, the interests are going to go. If the interest rates go up, property values are going to drop. I'm going to be very drastic here. I'm going to use worst case scenario, and maybe it could get worse, but I don't think so. Let's take a peek here. Let's say that the interest rates double. So now you're paying 11.5%. By the way, when I bought my first house, that's what I paid back in the 80s. And let's say property values drop by 50%. So now you're only getting a $50,000 loan at 11.5%. Wow, you're only paying $495.15. Total interest you're paying is $636,000. But the good news is you're saving $88 a month. That's wonderful. Let's go back over to the $100,000 loan, okay? Total interest you're paying there is $237,527. Like I said, at 11.5% on half the loan, you're paying $636. So the reality is you're saving $88.42 a month, but the actual cost to you in additional interest is $348, almost $349,000 in interest. When considering your real estate purchase going forward, remember this: marry the house, date the rate. Rates are ever changing and go up and down. If it makes sense for you, get in now and pay a much higher percentage of your principal when you make your mortgage payment. Then perhaps in another year or two, when they go back down, you can refinance at a lower rate. For those of you planning on standing on the sideline in this real estate market and putting your family's plans on hold, remember this famous quote: time is free, but it's priceless. You can't own it, but you can use it. You can't keep it, but you can spend it. And once you've lost it, you can never get it back. If your next home is your forever dream home, don't put it off, or it may forever be just a dream. Thanks for watching. I'll leave a link in the section below to the full press release from the Realtors Association of Sarasota and Manatee, which includes additional statistics and charts for you to review. Again, don't forget to click the subscribe button to follow our channel. If you're thinking of buying or selling here in Southwest Florida, reach out to us. Our contact information is below. And remember, the more you focus on the good, the more good comes into your life. We'll see you next month.